Now that I'm on the free music streaming site Spotify, I have a feeling you might be hearing a few more CD reviews from me. Although I guess I probably shouldn't call them CD reviews. I guess they're album reviews, maybe? Digitally listened, streamed, internet type music groupings reviews. That may be a little lengthy for a title. Point being, I'm going to talk about music a little bit more because I have access to it. For instance, Matt Kearney, his new album came out this week called Young Love. It's on Spotify. I can listen to the whole thing. In fact, I did today, and I wanted to give you a little heads up about what that's about. Before I do, though, Spotify is, I've used it for a little bit more now. I have a couple more things to say about it that I wanted to pass along. Number one, I've fallen more deeply in love with the service. It is genuinely a revolution to be able to freely listen to music through streaming of my choice. It is brilliant. It really is, and you need to be a part of it. I don't say that lightly. It is something you will really desperately want to be a part of, and once you have it, you'll think, how did I get along without it? The second thing, though, is kind of the opposite side of that. When you hear that Spotify has every song you would ever want, that's a lie. There are plenty of things missing. It has a lot. My hit rate is probably 80%, something like that. But there are quite a few things missing, so don't feel like everything is there. But again, it's free, and it's beautiful, and it's wonderful, and the social aspect of it is I'm falling more and more in love with every day as well. But I did that kind of completism that people talk about with Spotify. It just isn't true. There's a lot of stuff missing. One example, just because I just searched for it, was Rihanna. I was looking for a Rihanna song for a playlist, a certain playlist I was putting together. There's no Rihanna on Spotify, at least that I could find. So just things like that every once in a while you will run into. But let's talk about Matt Kearney, because him you can find. His new album, Young Love, is on Spotify and, of course, at iTunes and anywhere you buy your music. And it is phenomenal. Make no mistake, right off the bat, from front to back, this album is so, so good. From the first bouncy notes of Hey Mama to the final haunting notes of Rochester, this album, every single song is worth listening to many, many times. I enjoyed myself all the way through it. And I've loved Matt Kearney for a while. I guess I maybe am a bit of a fanboy of him ever since Nothing Left to Lose came out like 4 years ago. I had a chance to meet him back then. He's a quality guy. I remember sitting across the table from him at a local pizza place in the small town of Coleman, Michigan, talking about his dreams and where he saw his music going. And even then he would talk about not wanting to be kind of stuck in that Christian subculture bubble that a lot of Christian artists get stuck in, but being willing to say important things and to go deeper and more mainstream with his music. And I'm so excited that he's had the chance to do that. He was on Leno last night. He's blowing up. His music is amazing, and he well deserves it. When you listen to Matt Kearney, this is the best way I can think to describe it. When you listen to Matt Kearney, it's as if the trinity of Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, and Bono looked down upon him and said, our creation is good. I mean, it's as if those three got together and made him in their own image. I mean, it is that kind of amazing combination of depth and personality and strength, and at the same time, there's a showmanship to him that I really like. I may be overstating a bit, but it is the best album I've heard this year. And it probably will end up being my favorite album of this year. The album, again, is Young Love. It has some amazing tracks on it. You're going to want to check out Hey Mama for sure, which is the first track on the album. Rochester, I mentioned, the last track on the album is amazing. Young, Dumb and in Love, I think is the name of the song. I'm not sure. That's a lot of fun. Again, it's a front to back album. It really is. Check it out at Spotify. You can listen there. In fact, you know what I'll do? I will put a link to the Spotify playlist of the Matt Kearney album right below on my blog. If you are watching this at aarondicer.com, right below me, there's a link for the Spotify playlist. You can just click it, and if you have Spotify, it'll open it up, and you can just listen to it right then and there. Otherwise, go to iTunes and buy it. Go to your store and buy it. Support the guy. He's doing great work.